together with my sister Brigitte. Welcome to HerStory, which is a monthly project of Women Federation for World Peace, who gives floor to women to tell their story. Today, we have the honor to receive Thecla Mbunwe. Thecla is a peace advocate, motivational speaker, a woman leader, and a woman rights activist based in Belgium. She is an experienced professional with over 25 years of banking experiences in both retail and investment funds banking. She is passionate about women issues, especially women empowerment, their fundamental human rights, gender equality, and social justice. She loves help women in distress find their true self. Thecla advocates for political prisoners, especially girls and women. She is community leader who derives joy in finding solutions to issues women face, giving them hope and helping them build self-confidence. She is the chairleader of SCEW, founder of African Beauty International, vice president of NFU Europe. Thecla, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And good evening, everybody. Everyone, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share my story. First, I would like to really appreciate the peace meeting in Birmingham for making me discover this this family. Thank you, Patricia, for having invited me to Cyprus. And because of that, I'm here today. So I would want to say I am grateful, and I hope that somebody out there can learn or hear something about my own story that can make an impact. So I'd like to share a little bit. Yeah. So let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see. We can see very well.
Okay. So as the Izzy has already told you, I am a Belgian national, and my origin is from Cameroon. I'm a professional investment banker, and I'm passionate about women and children empowerment. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about my inspiration and my journey. I'm going to talk about me as a humanitarian. I'm going to talk about Thecla as an activist, and I'll talk about the challenges and my vision. So, and before I, delve into, sorry, oh my God, I was too fast. Okay. So, before I go into my inspiration, I would like to talk about this quote that means a lot to me. So peace is not something you wish for. It's not something you make. I mean, it's something you make, something you do, something you are, and something you can give. So this touches me a lot, because I know that you cannot sit down and imagine peace. You have to always work for it. You have to be peace to be able to give out peace. So I always say peace begins from within. So this quote means a lot to me, and I'm going to, start by talking about my inspiration. So I am going to talk about this man that you see on the screen. And I want to say he was, but I find it difficult putting it in the past tense, because to me, he is a writer. And he was a teacher, an archaeologist, a humanitarian, and a true patriot. So he's a writer because he wrote a lot of poetry books, and so many books that they used in schools in my country of origin, Cameroon. He was the pedagogic inspector of English language in the Northwest region, and he actually created the Teacher Center and an organization called ACT, Association of Creative Teaching, where teachers came together and share some pedagogic knowledge. So he was an archaeologist because he also did research on things that were happening in and around the country. And there was one time when there was this like a gas came out from a lake and killed a lot of people. And he was one of those who did the research to find out what happened or what was the cause of the gas. So he's also a humanitarian because he used to give out a lot of scholarships, and not only giving out a lot of scholarship, he actually initiated and built a hospital in my village. So he was an activist because he was very vocal about the marginalization of the Anglophones in Cameroon. And I call him a true patriot. But unfortunately, he was assassinated in April 2004. And this man is called Patrick Mbunwe Samba. And this man was or is my dad. So the assassination of my dad brought my life to almost a halt. It took me over 4 years to sit and believe and imagine that 18 masked people could come into the house and shoot him 5 or 6 or 7 times. And then he was actually giving up in front of his kids and family. So this caused me a lot of pain, and I did not know how to handle this. So it took me a very long time to be able to deal with the death of my dad. By then, I was 4 months in Belgium. I came to school, and I was working with because of this, I actually crashed in school, and I had some counseling services with the school counselor. So, so I said he was a humanitarian, and he built a hospital in my village. This is a picture of the hospital. It's called the St. Patrick's Health Center. And to have a place like this in a rural area is something that we all it's beneficial and life transforming to a community. But now, since his death, the Catholic Church has taken over this, and they are managing it. So why do I talk a lot about my father? Because indirectly, I see myself doing the same things, even though not planned. I thought about him a lot, and he in one of my meditations during when he died, I thought of, oh, there are so many kids he was sponsoring. These kids are stranded. There is the Binshore Women's Cooperative, which he was running. There is the hospital, which he started building. And how are these things going to continue? So I said, I cannot do all, but I will start from somewhere to do the things that are achievable at my level. So in 2012, I created an organization called the African Beauty International. Most of people who are in Belgium will know about it. And the purpose was to continue the footsteps of what my dad was doing, supporting all the initiatives and actually helping to run some of them. to actually continue. Sorry, I am a little bit emotional, but it's okay. To actually continue the scholarship program and to help identify talents and help them showcase, give them a platform where they can showcase their talents. So this was not only in Belgium, I was doing it in Belgium and in Cameroon and also in Belgium. So what I did was I created a platform for kids to come up and showcase their talents. I did the kids talent show, and the children came up to do a lot of these shows and helping them to build self-confidence. I did organize women's seminars and peace meetups where women came, exchange ideas, and just help to build a community of peace and love among us, empowering ourselves to grow together. You can see when I started with the scholarship program, these are the first kids I sponsored. So I went back home, I selected some kids. I went during the school period. And while I was driving around, I saw that some of these kids were not in school. And I now stopped to ask why were they not in school? And I realized that it's because they couldn't pay fees. So I decided to take them to school and pay their fees. So these are some of the kids. This is the second batch I started with. I was doing this under African Beauty International. I went to the schools myself because I was not comfortable with giving monies to people and they are not doing what they are supposed to do. So to actually kickstart it, I went there myself, went to the rural areas myself and did the selection myself, making sure that the kids who were really underprivileged were benefiting from this program. I also went, this is in like the third year, I went to another school. I did the selection. So every year I planned my holiday to fall during the period where I wanted to go back home to give the scholarship. So I was doing it. This was another year. I went back home, selected the children, paid their fees, encouraged them. So I was doing more of paying the school fees, but encouraging and, coaching, giving counseling. And I realized that just by receiving counseling from the university counselor, I was able to heal from pain. So I was thinking, how do I translate this skill? Because just by talking to me, I was able to deal with the pain, even though it took a long time, but I was able to achieve it. So I was thinking, how can I translate this to other people? So this is what was, encouraging me to continue. So as you can see, I also integrated the children here in Belgium. So it wasn't only about helping the kids in Cameroon, it was all about getting kids here to get empowered, to learn how to speak in public, to bring out their talents, and just actually help them to build self-confidence. So I did this. I mean, this is when I was starting. I was doing everything myself. So I was, trying to get different kids to participate. And as you can see, this was some of the years. And not only the kids, I tried to also deal with teenagers and young girls. I also created the Miss Elegance for the purpose of helping girls to build self-confidence, helping them to learn how to speak in public, helping them just to develop and be comfortable in their skin. So I also did the Women's Empowerment Program. And you can see some of the pictures from these are the very old ones, when I started, like in 2012, 2013, where the women came and we all shared ideas and just learned together. This was the same program where we are learning together, just building this culture of togetherness, learning together and actually growing together. So this one is 2024. This was Women's Day. I organized it in my house here. We had women coming to actually celebrate Women's Day and just being together and preaching the unity and peace for all, especially for women, and women knowing that they have a role to play in peace. These are some of the pictures for the women's seminars that we were organizing between 2012 to 2018. So after organizing all of these things, I realized that I was really getting into the humanitarian thing. Then in 2016, the war broke out in Cameroon. The war broke out in Cameroon, and we were not very prepared for a war situation. And I personally never knew what to do. I found myself very confused. I found myself tense. I was stressed, and just to realize that the war is 6 or 7 years on. And some of the figures I got here were from you can get this one from the UNHCR situation report of April, which says over 65,000 refugees were registered in Nigeria. And they say if you go to the UNOCHA in April 2024 report, you can see that over 1 million internally displaced people are living within the Cameroon. And also thousands of people were killed. I don't have the numbers, and I don't want to use just imaginary figures. I can quote these ones because United Nations has quoted them, but for the other ones, thousands of people died. Over 500 villages were burned down. Thousands of girls were raped. You have people taken as political prisoners, even women. And a lot of women and children and boys and girls were being maimed. They are all traumatized, and some of them are even contemplating suicide with the nature of their injuries and all that. So this is how the Southern Cameroon's European women came on board. The Anglophone women came together to create this group. And in this group, we were just doing a response. We were just responding to the things that were happening. And it happened that I was nominated as the Chairlady of SCEW. And as the Chairlady of SCEW, we became the voice of the victims of war. So we were out there on Twitter, on Facebook, calling the victims, trying to console them, helping those refugees to settle in their new places. So we were trying, in short, to provide humanitarian relief to the displaced women, children, and the vulnerable persons. So when so many refugees found themselves somewhere in Nigeria, there were no toilets. We had to put money together to build toilets and bathrooms, just to help to salvage the situation. We provided menstrual kits for prisoners, and also we did these reusable pads for all the displaced women. We also, since people fled into the bushes, we supplied, I think, over 1,000 mosquito nets to people who were living in the bushes because they were afraid for their lives. We also did pay hospital bills for wounded. And the worst part of it was that teachers who were struggling then were not being paid, and we had to raise money to pay some teachers, pay their rents, just to make sure that some people are not too very, very, very stranded. So while the war was going on, we now had more time to reflect and think, what could we do that could be more sustainable? So we now supported displaced women by giving them an opportunity to generate income for themselves. And we did that in a program called the Seed Funding Award. So we also did provide counseling services to traumatized victims. We also created workshop, seminars, training sessions to encourage some of these people who are already in areas that who are in these displaced areas to do something to be able to help themselves. So we also help to accelerate the integration of these displaced people in their new communities. Most especially, we also took care of those political prisoners and especially the women. So we have also been doing a lot of international advocacy. We've attended the conference in Tunisia. We also attended the conference in Cyprus, organized by the Women Federation for World Peace. We also attended a seminar, a conference in Canada, and also we attended one in Berlin, just to talk about our case and make the world know what is the situation at hand. So, activism. I know everybody was afraid to show their face. Their faces out there, but some people had to come out to speak. And I was one of those. So I was putting out posts like this, calling on all women to come together to speak with one voice, because if we are not together in peace, we are just wasting our time. If we are together, we can make our voices louder and people can get to hear our story. We also put out posts like, pleading for the war to stop and that the parties should initiate peace talks. So we were out there not only doing the humanitarian work, but pushing for peace talks, pushing for the end of the crisis, because the humanitarian situation was really, really, really bad. We also were calling on the UN OCHA to do its duty to protect the kids. These are real children from Cameroon, from the English-speaking part of Cameroon, who were fleeing from the conflict, who were fleeing from this war. So it's not like pictures that we took from somewhere. These were real pictures. So these are the kind of advocacy we were doing out there. So like this, we were trying to pass the message to help to stop the war, because if we kill all the moms, who are going to raise the kids? So we were doing a lot of advocacy, a lot of pushing for the war to end, for people to help us in the crisis. For example, we have Germaine, is a girl, she's still in prison now, and her only fault was that she had a call center where people have to call, and pay her for using her credit. So she was accused that she's helping the separatists. So for that, she was locked, and she's still in prison up till today. We paid for lawyers, we paid the lawyer fees. We are trying to get people to help her, and we actually helped supplying some her needs in the prison. But we can only do what we can. The work is still really much for us. We as SCEW members are also helping. Because of the war, a lot of women, young girls, have become teenage mothers. So what did we do? We tried to give them something to do. We asked them, what do you want to do? And when they said, they actually told us, we now put them through a training. We selected people in the different cities, assigned them to do a training with these girls, and they all graduated, and they are all now doing their own businesses and working and helping their communities. That was a program to help our teenage mothers. There are so many, but we could only help a few. And for the Seed Funding Award, we asked some people wanted to do businesses, and the money is not much, but we had to do something. For example, this lady said she sells bananas. So we had to give her money to stock the bananas to be able to sell and make some money to help her family. This one opened a small, some kind of provision store where she's selling beans and onions and some other stuff. So that's the money we gave them. They are using to start a small business. It could be small, but they at least being able to take care of their immediate family. This lady, her job is she sells potatoes. So she bought the potatoes in bags and she's now retailing in small buckets. So this other lady decides she's selling plantain and bananas. We also gave her a capital, which she used to stock her product, and she's selling and then buying more and helping her family. This other lady is selling palm oil, so she had to stock herself with a lot of palm oil, and then she's selling at retail. This one she says she wants to braid hair, so she needs a capital to buy the artificial extensions that she will use to sell to her clients when she's braiding their hair. So she showed us some of this mesh which she bought and she's using to start her own business. So with all of this, what do we really want? We know that we have been explaining a series of things. So many things we've been touching here and there. But the point is because we were just responding to the war situation. But after taking a step back, we ask ourselves, what do we really want to do? We want to continuously provide relief and basic hygiene or preventive healthcare to the victims of war. We want to promote to boost up the state funding award because we saw that a lot of women have been able to help their families, and the more we help more women get who take care of their families. So we want to boost the seed funding award, and also we want to push further to create a cooperative so that we can centralize and manage food security and sustainability. So another thing we want to do is to create a sustainable scholarship scheme for the underprivileged in these communities. And also, we also want to encourage capacity building for our members, for the partners, so that we can continuously build, do some peace building initiatives. Capacity building is for all of us. We need to learn every day. We have a lot of things we want to learn. So we are looking out there for experts who can teach us, who can direct us, who can actually shape us to be able to be more effective. And what are our main challenges? As you can see, all these things we've been doing it out of our own pockets, out of our salaries. We are not an expert in, for example, grant writing or fundraising and all that. So we actually need help in getting funds to continuously run the project. We also need trainings, capacity building for us and for the partners, and even need just volunteers who are good in these areas to come up to help us, coach us, and bring us to speed so we can be and do more effective things. So we also lack some infrastructure to manage our projects. So like we have partners in the areas where we work. We need help to be able to create these structures for the partners to work so that we can have good and proper reporting. You know, because doing all of these things and not having to show for it, people will not understand what we are doing. And one of the most important thing which I see is the fact that we need some kind of media coverage. We need some help with preparing our material for publication and actually structuring it to really make sense. Because if I take a step back to African Beauty International, for over these years, I think I have done a lot of programs. If I'm not exaggerating, I've done more than 50 programs. But being able to put them in a structured way to let people know that this is what we do, we need some kind of help. Also, for the SCEW, we have our website. We need help to be able to put the right things in the right place to actually portray the human rights and the humanitarian organization that we are. Because a lot of people mistake us for a political group. Meanwhile, we are just a human rights and a humanitarian organization. So we need help to help us shape all of these things to pass our message. So I would like to say thank you. And before I ask for questions, I would like to maybe play some of the videos that I did when I was doing some of the programs. I don't know if you can hear.
Not yet. Do you say you have a video?
Yes.
Here we are still on a just image. Thank you. Any questions?
Okay.
Is the video maybe next
Okay,
next image maybe? Okay.
Oh, I don't know how to do it.
You can also, what you can do is to stop the first sharing and you start again the sharing, but with the video.
Yeah, I've already stopped first sharing.
Yes, and you choose.
Let me see. Okay, let me see if I can play it from a different. I'll play it from here.
Yes, we can see.
Okay, I've tried to wait. So this is in 2012 when I went for a scholarship.
Now you need to share the sound.
And how do I do it?
I think that when you share the video, you must see on top of the video, like share sound.
Yes, before you share your screen, you share the video, you have to click on the sound.
Okay.
So you have somewhere on the side, sound, share the sound or something like this.
Okay, let me do it again.
Did you see the share the sound or on the side? Usually, I don't know. You're on your right side, right? Can you see?
I don't. It just says advanced. No.
Don't say share the sound. Okay. Yeah.
Maybe if you send me the link, I can maybe try to share it for you. The link of the.
No, because I could not see it directly, so I had to go back into my my profile.
Okay, maybe when you do share, before you click on the video, you have just on the middle of the dialogue, partager, if you have it in French, partager audio, maybe share audio or something like that, just before you click.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That we are going to have visitors here. And I told you, I listened to the program that they have here. I think I told you now?
Yes.
Yes, so after this, she's going to at least introduce himself or whether herself to you, and then you will get into your classes, and then she will go around the classes. And then in your class, you will see the kind of, at least what can we say, the kind of logic she's going to do. Also?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, children.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, friends.
I'm really happy seeing all of you today. I've come today to help some of you, especially those who have not paid their fees. As you all know, to go to school is a very, very important thing. People don't come to school to play. You come to school to learn. So I hope you all are coming to school to learn.
Yes.
Because, you know, to be able to cope with life tomorrow, you have to learn a lot when you're young. You have to know how to read and write, which I think all of you are learning very well. So today, in your classes, I will be selecting some children that we are going to pay their fees. So I hope one of you or many of you are going to be the lucky ones. So, as your head teacher has already said, I will come into your classes, and from there we will go on to see who will benefit from the scholarship. So you all be good girls and boys and study very hard, because if I'm standing here today saying that I want to give you scholarship, I expect tomorrow that you will come here and give to the others that will be standing on the line. Is that not true? One day you will also grow big and you will work and you will have to come and stand and support the people of your village. So make sure you study very hard, okay? Thank you very much. And have a nice day.
Hands up, clap once, clap twice, hands down. Yes, in the morning I was informing you that we are going to have this.
Peut-être qu'on peut faire des questions-réponses maintenant, comment, oui. Lily, tu veux continuer? Pardon. Ah, tu dois ouvrir ton micro. Sorry.
Okay, excusez-moi. Sorry. If anyone have a question for Thecla, you can send it to the chat, or you can raise your hand and we choose you for the question.
Personally, at first, I want just to say thank you to Thecla for the wonderful testimony, and I can see where your motivation comes from. And I see you are also emotional, and I think your dad must be with you all the time. I believe in all what you are doing. So it was also, there is always some motivation behind what we are doing somewhere, especially in helping others. You had a good example in your life. So that's why I wanted to share my gratitude. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Brigitte.
Yeah, thank you, Peter.
Yeah. There is one, Lily, Marcia. She's going.
Marcia.
Well, I actually want to thank you for, not for your presentation, but for your actions, actually, because they are beautiful. They are so, in a sense, all-encompassing. You are helping so many areas, and I think that's beautiful. It's inspirational, and of course, it's necessary. Is something that we pass on to our partners, to our friends, to people in life, and I think, well, it's beautiful. I don't know. Well, your connection is with friends, right? With Brigitte.
Yes.
Yes. So I hope I represent the Women's Federation. I hope that in the future we can do something together. I don't know what it is going to be, but I'm sure there are many things we can do together. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I saw there was some, yeah, maybe Lily, some message.
Let me check if there is a question in the chat. Okay, no question in the chat.
You have a message, no? I think.
I have a message for Gwen, who is
I saw a message. Yeah, no?
Thanks, Cleta. I hear you talking about the conflict in Cameroon in the past tense. What is the situation now? A question from Gwen. The war still going on. I'm African, but the media does not cover most of the conflicts in this continent.
She says she is in Africa.
Yeah, she's in Africa, yeah.
Yes, the war is still going on. And even though we are doing, I don't know why the media is doing or the governments are doing everything to portray that everything is okay, it's really not, it's still not okay. But I am only referring to the actions that we have taken in the past, but not the war itself. It's still ongoing. And the humanitarian crisis is still really, really, really bad. And like the Norwegian refugee report said that the Cameroon crisis is the one that has been the most underreported crisis in the world. So I don't know why. And even though people are dying, people are fleeing, you have. The other day I was watching a documentary in South America, and I saw that there were like 12 Anglophones walking through the desert, trying to get into America. And I know, and all this is because of the situation that is at home. So it's still going on. We are still doing a lot. Our next project is coming up in 2 months. So we still have a lot to do. So what we are doing now is trying to put some monies together to see how we can make it a reality. But the war is still going on. Thank you.
Maybe just a question to you. Do you go often to Cameroon or not? From Belgium to Cameroon? Or?
I used to go.
Yeah.
Since I became the chairlady of SCEW, I'm sure if I step my leg in Cameroon, I'll be arrested. Yeah. So since 2016 was the last time I actually went to give the scholarship myself. I am not able to go back now until something is done. Yeah.
Okay. I see some more messages, no? I think.
Let me have a look. From Patricia, thank you so much, dear Thecla. God bless you, amazing work.
Thank you, Patricia. It's because of you that I'm in this community, so I really appreciate you.
Another message for Flora Gracivaro, the Women's Federation from Padova. Fantastic presentation, big work. Really, I want help work. Women's Federation Padova, Italy.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Flora. Yeah.
Yeah. I see that we are people from different countries listening to you, and even I think from South America. I realize. So we are from far. They can. It's true that I mean, we don't hear so much. It is true about what is going on in Cameroon. I mean, I have friends here in France from Cameroon, but they never talk about it. I mean, this is because a French-speaking area. So we don't really know what is going on. Eh? So we are very grateful that you are able to share also what is going on.
Yeah, like to say something, Bridget?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
I just want to say thank you so much for your presentation. Under such difficult situations, that you could bring, you know, relief and some hope to especially the children. And you've been sponsoring them for so long, starting off very small, but step by step increasing. I was just wondering, how is the children when they leave the school? Do you still have like follow-up programs for them?
And this is what I talked about, the infrastructure that I need to put in place to be able to, because I'm not there and I only go to schools to meet them. It's a little bit difficult. They keep contacting me to say, oh, I finished school, this is my certificate, but following up after the schools, it's something we would love to do. As I put in the vision, we would love to see how we can maybe support, not financially, but help them to get into different sectors of work, of life. And that's the infrastructure that we want to put in place. Now I have a team of very good, amazing ladies in SCEW. I would say that without them, I don't know. I was doing this work in ABI as an individual, but coming to meet SCEW, it's a different ball game. So I'm looking at for the scholarship for ABI. It's ongoing, and I told the children I cannot make a commitment for a long term because I don't know how my financial situation will look like. So I cannot really commit, but I try as much as possible to take them through primary school. And then from there, and that's one of the next programs that we wanted to do, to create a fund for who wants to sponsor a child. So it may be to take the child and sponsor through secondary school, or to do that. That's what we SCEW as an organization is looking to do, to make sure that these children are not just left after school, no parents, no money, and they are hanging around again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There is another question coming from Zoe Bennett. Congratulations for this great work, Thecla. The seed money you are giving for business, is it in the form of microcredit? Is it like a soft loan?
Okay, for now, no. We actually, because we are in a war situation, so you cannot be giving women loan in the situation of war. So it was more or less, these people are displaced. They find themselves in Douala, in Yaoundé, in some other cities that is not, they are like just managing to stay somewhere to keep themselves safe. And you want them to do something. So we just said, okay, we are going to help you with this amount of money. You need to tell us what you want to do, and then we assess if it's okay or not. Then we now gave them some amount of money, and in reality, among all of them, only like 2 or 3 people have not really done well, because they use the money for the investment for health reasons. So they are doing the business, they start the business, then they fall sick, and then they use the money. But if not, the other people are actually investing in the business and it's growing. And more other women are getting to know about the Seed Funding Award. More women are contacting us to say, can you help? But doing it in like a loan, that's why we are looking at maybe a cooperative. I mentioned that we are looking at how we can build a cooperative to help, put these things in structure. But that's a long-term goal, because we want to work according to the means that we have until we have the funding or some to do that, then we can go ahead.
Thank you, Thecla. And another message from Rosetta Deck. de Giualino. Sorry if I don't pronounce the name well. A wonderful presentation, Women's Federation from Latin America and the Caribbean. There is another question from Rita. Do you have support from the Cameroon diaspora community in Belgium?
Let's say a few friends, not the community, because I would tell you that most people, when they hear SCEW, or they just think that if you're helping the victims of the war, they just think, oh, you're a political association and everybody is afraid that they don't want to be labeled or tagged or all that. But meanwhile, we are really not into the politics. We are just doing humanitarian work. And I wish that this message can go out there. When I mean that, not like we have women who do the politics, but in this, for SCEW, we are basically doing humanitarian and advocacy for those who are in prison, suffering for prisoners of conscience, people who have been arrested because of the war, because they say something, or because somebody reports them, something like that, and they are taken to prison. So for those kind of people, we are actually fighting for and talking and making our voices heard.
Lily, there was someone who had a hand up. Is Celine? Her name is Celine.
She can unmute herself and ask the question.
Okay.
She can.
Maybe she's not here anymore. Okay.
Hello, Brigitte. It's Celestine. Sorry.
Celestine. Okay.
I just wanted to.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's one of the board members of SCEW, Celestine.
Okay.
I'm so sorry I came in late because I was still at work, and I just heard Thecla explain answer the question of if the loan, the support given to the women is like a microfinance project, or we give for free. So Thecla answered. That's why I put down my hands for the aspect of the cooperative that we want to build, so that in there they will be learning and exchange skills, and we can train them in this microfinance system where they could save money, and then they'll be able also to loan, and then can empower other women who don't have that opportunity. So that's the type of scheme that we want to build if we have more training or more support towards that. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Celeste.
So I don't know if we have more. Lily, do you have more message? Otherwise, we are coming to the end. I have just an announcement to say at the end.
I have another message from Sokila Blanche. This is a really amazing work you are doing, Thecla. I admire your courage in initiating the action you are doing, and I'm sure that your proactive mindset would make things happen. Keep it up, and thank you for sharing your very inspiring presentation. God bless you. Yeah. And I have another message also from Leroy from Liberia, currently in Vienna pursuing a master's degree. I deeply resonate with everything you spoke about. I have personally experienced the same challenges, emotions, and struggle that those children are facing. I'm grateful for where I'm today and aspire to help many people back home as well. Thank you for your dedication and the incredible humanitarian work you are doing. I pray that God continues to bless and protect you as you carry on with this wonderful mission. Message from Leroy from Liberia.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
So, yeah.
The last message, I don't know from who is it, is Samsung. Somebody using a Samsung. Dear Thecla, thank you for sharing your project. Awesome opportunity you gave those kids. Looking forward to hear more about your next steps, about funds. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, this is our message of today.
Mm.
And, I don't know if there is more question.
Maybe not more. I'm just looking. No, I don't think we have more. But now we are coming to the end, just a few minutes left. So maybe I just want to say the announcement, Lily, but thank you very much for your also presentation and for being here. Anyway, thank you so much, Thecla. And you came to Cyprus last year, so you did such with Tamazas, I know, and it was really wonderful. And even you receive a certificate, if I remember. Yeah.
As if you knew what I was doing.
So now, this year we have a similar, we have the same, conference, but this time will be in Poland. So as I said, in Poland, from the 8th to the 10th of November, sorry. So we invite all of you who are here on the call to come as well, of course. And then, so we will send you soon all the registration and letter and instruction and so very soon, I think. Maybe end of this week or maybe next week latest. Yes, I think. And then we will put this also on a website. Amanda put the hand. Oh, Amanda, she's in the car, so maybe we didn't see you. Okay, we will leave Amanda speaking as well a few words. Just I wanted to say, just to finish, so we invite you, and Thecla also, of course, you are also welcome to come to Poland. It's not warm, it will be more cold. It will be more cold over there, but anyway, that's fine. So Amanda, you have something to say. The best.
Yes, I wasn't sure. Thecla, we met, didn't we, in Cyprus?
Yes, we did.
I will never forget you two. You moved my heart, and if ever you want a party and a bit of music and someone to out to, I would definitely be ringing up and getting a team of your sisters. It was, again, just listening to you today, I'm so moved. It really makes me want to work harder or be a better person. I just think, wow, incredible that even though you're working and you're not there, that you're not giving up, and you didn't even have the skills, and you're just, look, I need help, please, I'm willing to work together, collaborate. I just think you're amazing, and I just have hope for humanity, even in these dark times. The power of us coming together, the power of us, reaching across those cultural barriers, the power of a bit of music, actually, to move us and unite us together. And I'm really inspired. I'm delighted to see you again, because, we lost contact, but I never forgot the two of you, and I was thinking, we have amazing women in this world, and I'm just grateful, to have these chances to share and to know you. So listen, I'm really happy to support any way that I can as well, And the other thing that I really feel impressed about is now, if you talk about Cameroon, immediately my heart's moved, because I know we don't hear about it. We have no idea of the kind of atrocities and pain and suffering that people are in. So immediately I have a connection. And that's really down to you as an ambassador for Cameroon and sharing those. So I really just am so grateful for you. And listen, good luck. Good luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Also, to add something, I think that I live also in Belgium, and not far from you.
Okay.
We will keep in touch.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I forgot to leave my contacts in the slide, but it's okay. I don't know if anybody wants to reach out to me. You can.
Maybe we can send it. This is registered, so we can also send in the same time your information, your card, right?
Mm.
I have it still with me, you know, like you. I don't know, you cannot see.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah, anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah, okay. So thank you, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Very much.
Thank you for this great opportunity. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good evening. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. So bye-bye. See you again.
Bye.
Thank you, Brigitte. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye bye. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.